Exam DOST success का host Sainik Navodaya में topmost.
Welcome to the first session of Coding Decoding, which is one of the prominent part of our exam. Intelligence and mental ability subject. Let us understand the meaning of coding and decoding. To understand this concept, let us assume there are three people: A, B, and C. Now suppose A and C want to do some communication. They want to share some information, but they don't want B to know about this. If they are close enough, they cannot use general language, because that general language can be understood by B also. So to pass on the message from A to C, A will use some codes, and he will give these codes to C. Now C, on the other hand, will decode the codes given by A, and he will try to get the message. So coding and decoding means A, who is the sender, he will send his message in the form of codes, and C, who is the receiver, will decode the message given by A in the form of code and understand the meaning. This is basically the topic of coding and decoding. Now coding and decoding has different patterns. Let us understand all of them one by one. The first example is number coding. To understand number coding, here certain letters are given some specific numbers, and we have to understand the letters and their numbers to find the message or to decode it. Let us understand this through an example. Question says, in a certain code language, behind is written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll write now. Behind is written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Clearly, the letter B stands for number 1, letter E stands for number 2, letter H stands for number 3, letter I stands for number 4, and N stands for 5, and D stands for 6. So here, what they have done is they have converted these letters into some specific numbers. Further, the question says, and front is coded as 78950. Front. The code of front is 78950. So this is direct number coding. F is standing for 7, R stands for 8, O stands for N stands for 5, and T stands for 0. Now they are asking, then how will the word hornet be coded? So the word hornet will be coded from the letters given in behind and front. The code for H, we have to find the code for H. The code for H given here is 3. So H will be coded as 3. The code for O, the code for O can be found in front, where the code of O is 9. So O is coded as 9. Next letter is R. R can be found in the word front, which is coded as number 8. So the code of R is 8. Next alphabet, N. The code of N can be found in both behind and front. It is 5. So code for N is 5. Next letter is E. The code for E can be found in the word behind, which is 2. So code of E is 2. And finally, the code of the letter T is 0. So according to this code language, the code for Hornet will be 39852. That will be our answer. The next concept of letter coding comes from the English alphabetical series. We know in the English alphabetical series we have 26 letters, and we can name these letters as A is first, or A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is number 5, F is number 6, G is 7, H is 8, I is 9, J is 10, K is 11, L is 12, M is 13, N is 14, O is 15, P is 16, Q is 17, R is 18, S is 19, T is 20, U is 21, V is 22, W is 23, X is 24, Y is 25, and Z is 26. Now it is very important for you to solve the coding and decoding questions. You should learn the numbers of these letters. And the easy approach to learn them is just to remember these 5 alphabets: E, which is number 5, J, which is number 10, O, which is number 15, T, which is number 20, and Y, which is number 25. So you can remember this as Ijoti. And if you learn Ijoti, which is the multiple of 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25, it will be easier for you to learn the remaining alphabet. Say somebody asks you what is the number of M, you know that M comes 2 places before O, so it will be 13. Very easily you can find out the numbers of the alphabet, but it is recommended that you should learn all of these. Now let us go to a question based on the alphabetical arrangement. Question says, in the word PIG is coded as 1697 and hen is coded as 8514, then how will the word bat be coded? PIG is coded as 1697. So we know that the alphabet P is number 16, alphabet I is number 9, and alphabet G is number 7. It means they are using the numbers of the English alphabetical series. Similarly, they have given the code for hen as 8, 5 and 14. H is alphabet number 8, E is alphabet number 5, and N is alphabet number 14. Now they are asking the code of bat. To find out the code of bat, B is alphabet number 2, A is alphabet number 1, and T is alphabet number 20. So our answer for bat, the code for bat will be 2120. This is the alphabet based number coding. Answer will be 2120. Now moving to the second part. After number coding comes letter coding. Now in letter coding, the codes will be given in the form of letters, and we will have to use direct substitution method to find out the answer. Let us have a look through a question. Question says, in a certain code, Richa is coded as JHVZC. Let's write down. Richa is coded as J H V Z and C. Clearly the code for R is J, The code for I is letter H. The code for C is letter V. The code for H is letter Z. And the code for A is letter C. Additionally, they say that INAPT is coded as HSCKG. Let's write down. INAPT is coded as HSCKG. So code for I is H, code for N is S, code for A is C, code for P is K, and code for T is G. And now they're asking, what will be the code of the word haptic? We have to find the code of the word haptic from the given codes. H is coded as the alphabet Z. A is coded as alphabet C. P is coded as alphabet K. T is coded as alphabet G. I is coded as alphabet H. In both the cases it is alphabet H. And C is coded as alphabet V. Sorry, it is V. So our code for haptic will be Z, C, K, G, H, V. This is an example of direct or substitution coding from letter to letter. Now the next part of letter coding is symbol coding. The question says, in a certain language, speak is written as, this is the symbol, @ hash, dollar, percent, and. Let's write down. Speak is coded as S @ P is hash, E is dollar, A is percent, and K is and. And they're asking, then how will ask be written? The code of ask can be picked up from this given letter. The code of A will be percent. The code of S will be @ and the code of K will be a symbol of and. Our answer will be percent @ and. This is an example of symbol coding, where the code of the letters are given in the form of symbols. Moving further, in letter coding, the order can be reverse order of the letter can be used as a code. For example, here in the word nectar is coded as RATCEN. Then they are asking, how will the word creature be coded? Let's write down the word NECTAR. The code for NECTAR is RATCEN. Now if you observe, what they have done is the first alphabet N is written in the last place. The second alphabet E is written at the second last place. The third alphabet C is written in the third last place. The fourth alphabet T is written in the third place from the left side. Alphabet A comes at the second place, and the alphabet R comes at the first place. So basically, if you notice, they have written the codes in the reverse form or reverse order of letters. The codes are made by writing the letter in the reverse form, a very common code. And we have to apply the same reverse form to find out the answer of the code of creature. Let's write down the word creature. And now, to find out the code, just write down all the letters in the reverse order. Writing this in the reverse order, E will become the first letter. After E comes R in the second place. After R comes U in the third place. After U comes T in the fourth place. After T comes A in the fifth place. After A comes E in the sixth place. And after E comes R in the seventh place. Here I have written the letter 5. It should be the fifth alphabet, which is A. And finally, at last will come C. So to find out the code of this word creature, what we have to do is we have to write down all the alphabets in the reverse order. So our answer will be ERUTAERC. A very common and a prominent question for your exams. Another pattern based on letter coding. In the word TAP is coded as UBQ and NET is coded as OFU. Then how will the word king be coded? Now these questions, to understand, first write down the words below each other and the code. Now let's understand this pattern. The letter T is coded as U. The letter A is coded as B. The letter P is coded as Q. To understand the pattern, let us write down the numbers. The letter T is numbered 20 and the letter U is numbered 21. The letter A is numbered 1 and the letter B is numbered 2. The letter P is numbered 16 and the letter Q is 17. Now T is coded as U. Means to find out the code of T, we have moved one letter forward. So in this case, the code is made by moving one letter forward. So we can say that we have done +1 here. From T to get its code U, we have added 1 to the alphabet number T, which is 20. यहाँ पर T का कोड 20 है और U का कोड 21 है, मतलब कोड बनाने के लिए उन्होंने अल्फ़ाबेट T को 1 अल्फ़ाबेट आगे ले लिया है, 1 अल्फ़ाबेट फॉरवर्ड मूव कर दिया है, तो T का कोड यहाँ पर U बन गया है. Similarly, A is numbered 1, B is numbered 2, means they have moved one letter forward. So it is a pattern of +1. Similarly, P is numbered 16, its code Q is number 17, means we have moved one alphabet ahead. So we can write it as or express it at +1. Similarly, they have coded NET as O, F and U. Let's number them. The number of N is 14, O is 15. So clearly N has been coded as O, means they have moved one letter forward. E is numbered 5, is coded as alphabet F, which is numbered 6, so we have moved one letter ahead. T is numbered 20, U is numbered 21, so we have moved one letter forward, so it is also +1. So now we understand that the codes are found by moving one letter forward from the original letters. They are asking the code of king. Let's first find out their numbers. K is alphabet numbered 11. I is number 9. N is 14. And G is 7. Now, to find out its code, add 1. 11 plus 1 is 12. So the code of K will be the alphabet number 12, which is L. In the alphabet number I, which is 9, I will add 1. 9 plus 1, it will become 10th alphabet, which is J. For the next N, which is 14, add 1. It will become 15, which is O. And for G, which is 7, add 1. 7 plus 1, it will be alphabet number 8, which is H. Our answer will be L, J, O, H. So here, in this pattern, what they have done is, they have added 1 to each alphabet number, and to the respective number they have taken that alphabet. यहाँ पर इन्होंने क्या किया, T का नंबर 20 था, उसमें +1 किया, वो 21 हो गया, और 21 नंबर का जो अल्फाबेट है U, वो उसका कोड बना दिया. एक लेटर इन्होंने आगे आगे ले लिया. बट दिस पैटर्न कैन बी चेंज. दे कैन डू +2, +3, और दे कैन डू -1. वो पीछे भी जा सकते हैं, -1, -2 दे कैन डू, और दे कैन मेक इट सब्सिक्वेंटली. पहला +1 किया, दूसरा +2 किया, तीसरा +3 किया, या फिर पहला +1 दूसरा -1. द पैटर्न कैन चेंज. यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई इफ यू हैव लर्नड द नंबर्स ऑफ दीज अल्फाबेट्स. हियर द पैटर्न वाज सिंपल. इट वाज जस्ट अ +1 पैटर्न. Our answer remains L, J, O, H. Moving to the next pattern, which is the substitution coding. In substitution coding, let us understand this through an example. Question says, if teacher is called judge, judge is called pilot, pilot is called singer, and singer is called actor. Substitution. They have substituted every word with another one. Teacher will be called a judge. Judge will be called a pilot. Pilot is called a singer, and a singer is called an actor. Now let's move on to the question. They say, the one then, who is the one who flies an aircraft? Now we know pilot is the person who flies an aircraft. But in the question, they have mentioned that the pilot is called a singer. So our answer here will be singer. Now most of the students will be confused. Sir, that singer is called actor. Then can our answer be actor? No. Our answer will not be actor, because you don't have to change the singer further. You just have to change the person who is the answer of the question. The question they are asking is the one who flies an aircraft. That's a pilot, and pilot is called singer. So singer will be the answer. Do not change it further again. As sir, singer is the actor, so no, we'll not take it as singer as an actor. We just take pilot as a singer. That will be your answer. Taking it as actor will be wrong. Do not move further. A question of substitution coding. For solving such questions, a basic general knowledge is also required. That you should know that who's the one who flies the aircraft. The next part is the sentence coding. Undoubtedly the most important part, specifically if you are targeting the RMS exam. You will definitely see such type of questions. In the previous year they have asked some questions based on this pattern. Upcoming they can also ask such questions. Now in the sentence coding, there will be pairs of sentences and there will be codes. We have to find the common word and common code to find out the answer. Let us understand this through an example. Question says, in a certain language, how are you is written as GT PN XE. You can eat is written as MF XE OB. And how can he is written as MF GT and VM. They are asking for what is the code for eat. For solving the questions, first write down the words or the phrases or the sentences on one side. How are you? And in front of them write down their codes. It's GT PN XE. Now remember that the codes are not in the order. It means the code of how is not GT, the code of R is not the second code PN. Similarly, the code of U is not the third code XE. We have to find it out. ये हाउ का मतलब पहला कोड GT नहीं होगा, R का मतलब दूसरा कोड PN नहीं लेना है, हमें वो ढूंढना है. And for that, first we have written the words and then the codes. Let's write down the second. You can eat, coded as MF XE and OB. Third one, how can he, coded as MF GT and VM. Now what we have to do is we have to find out the common words and the common codes in them. Let us find out. For that, compare the first with the second, and then second with the third, and then first with the third. Let us compare the first group of words with the second. How are you and you can eat. In both of them, I can see I have a common word, you. In both, there is a common word, you. And when I look at the codes, if the words are common, code should also be common. I can see that the code XC is present in both. So it is clear that the code of U is XC. Now, let us compare the first and the third. When we compare the first and third, I have a common word, how, in the first as well as third pair. And since there is a common word, there should be a common code also. And I can see that the common code is GT in the first and in the third. So it is clear that the code of how is GT. Now let us compare the second and the third. In the second and third, I can see that there is a common word, can. If there is a common word, can, there should be a common code, which is MF. So clearly the code of can is MF. And now, since we have found out most of the code, like in first we have found the code of how, which is GT, and U, which is XC. So R will be coded as PN. Let's write down R is coded as PN. In the second, we have found the code of U as XC and can as MF. So the remaining word eat will be coded as the remaining code OB. The code of eat is OB. That is what we have to find out, which will be our answer. And in the third, how is coded as GT. Can is coded as MF. So the remaining word he will be coded as the remaining code VM. The code of he is VM. However, that we don't have to find. We had to find what is the code for eat, which we have already found as it is coded as OB. Now this is one of the most important part of coding decoding. Up till now they had not asked this question, but in the year 2022 they entered this concept in the RMS exam. Last year they did not ask, this year also they did not ask, but they can ask this in future. Here there are only 3 words and 3 codes, but they can give you 4 words, 4 codes. The pattern remains the same, the approach remains the same. Writing them and then finding the common words and common codes and eliminating them. Answer will be the code of eat is OB. Now moving on to the alphanumeric coding. Here the code is defined with both symbols and numbers. They say then a certain coding language Ukraine is coded as $2, $2, $2, $2. Then how will the word Thailand be coded? Let's write down. Ukraine is coded as $2, $2, $, N is 2 and E is $. Now let us understand this code pattern. Here U is a vowel. And vowel is coded as a dollar symbol. Here K is a consonant and it is coded as 2. R is a consonant is coded as 2. I understand that the consonants are coded as the number 2 and the vowels are coded as the symbol $. As A is coded as $, I is vowel coded as $, N is consonant coded as 2, E is a vowel coded as $. So they are asking what will be the code of Thailand. To solve this, we have to first identify the vowels and we will code the vowels by $, and the consonant by 2. T is a consonant, it will be coded as 2. H is a consonant coded as 2. A is a vowel coded as $. I is a vowel coded as $. L is a consonant coded as 2. A is a vowel coded as $. N is a consonant coded as 2. D is a consonant coded as 2. So my answer is 2, $2, $2, $2, $2. Here our answer will be 2, $2, $2, $2, $2. Answer will be option number D. So this type of question based on the classification of vowels and consonants can also be done and can be asked in the exam. Here the answer remains option number D.